How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Shockwave pregame show. I'm Craig Keller. You can find me on Twitter at CRGKLR.
And I'm Devin Ellis. You can find me at Akumatsu TV on Twitter.
All right, so we had some awesome stuff going on in the FGC this week, starting with the Capcom Pro Tour 2016 details being announced.
Yes.
So Combo Fiend and Mike Ross, they got together, and they said, let's tell the people. Let us tell them what is going to happen for 2016 in the Capcom Pro Tour. And they announced some really exciting stuff.
Yes. Once again, they're coming out with the big guns in terms of prize pools. Another $500,000 prize pool for the entire Capcom Pro Tour, divided up into their ranking systems. $250,000 base prize pool for Capcom Pro Tour. For the Capcom Cup, distributed amongst the top 8. We've got $50,000 for the prize pool at Evo 2016.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's crazy.
And once again, divided against the top 8, and a $15,000 prize pool for each global premiere event. Once again, distributed amongst the top 8.
Wow. So each premiere event gets 15 grand
Yes.
for top 8. So final round, 15 grand.
NorCal Regionals, 15
grand. Wow. SoCal Regionals, 15 grand. CEO, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, there's going to be money everywhere. And if you are as excited as I am for Street Fighter V and really wanting to get into these tournaments, do it, because Capcom's throwing out some money, and you could possibly take a chunk of it.
Yeah, and I'm quitting my job, so you guys better get your game going. I'm starting a new career path.
With the
pro fighting game player.
Pro fighting game player? Yeah, with your Vega, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm winning at least 3 of those, and then probably Capcom Cup. So I'm gonna name my boat Sure, SureYouCan. Sure you can.
Sure you can. Okay, gotcha.
Right. It's all about positivity, man.
Absolutely, especially playing a Vega player. Especially as a Vega player, you're gonna need that.
Yeah.
You definitely.
Yeah, I mean, my beauty is important.
Yeah.
So then, going over the ranking events too, were also announced. We saw an event from our past.
Yes.
Coming back into the North American ranking events for the Capcom Pro Tour, and that is East Coast Throwdown. That's awesome to see come back.
Yes, absolutely.
Really excited about that. L.I. Joe's an integral part of that staff, and
shout out to L.I. Joe.
Yeah, shout out to L.I. Joe. He does great stuff for the Northeast fighting game community, East Coast fighting game community, fighting game community in general. I watch his stream all the time. I'm a subscriber.
Yep.
It's great to see that they're gonna be back on the Pro Tour and give us East Coasters a shot at qualifying for the Capcom Cup.
Absolutely, and it's if you're in the Connecticut, New York area, it's in New Jersey, so it's in our backyard. Metro North, Path, New Jersey Transit, whichever way you can get there, it's very close. And get some Capcom Pro Tour
get
points.
Those points, baby.
And possibly $15,000. Yeah.
I don't know if the ranking events have $15,000. I think it's only the premiere.
Oh, just the premiere.
Yeah.
Just the premiere.
So Yeah, so you can qualify through the ranking events.
Okay, gotcha.
Into the regional qualifiers, I believe.
My mistake.
Another announcement is a few years back, not last year, but the year before that, we had a series of online events.
Yes.
Where you could qualify by winning those and get points for winning each online event and qualify for the Capcom Cup. The problem is nobody heard that any of the online events were going on except for a guy named Doodang.
Yep.
You might know him as Knuckle Doo. And he ended up getting his way into the Capcom Cup by winning those online events.
Yes.
details on that yet.
Right. I mean, I think that's great what they're doing, being able to garner some points and finally qualify. If you don't have the ability to go to these major tournaments, to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to try and stake my claim. I'm going to play online and do what I do best, and that's play. And just as long as, Capcom does what they said they're going to do, make sure it's out there and telling us what's going on, I think it's no problem.
Yeah, I mean, some of the greatest players of the Street Fighter 4 era came out of online.
Yes, Smug.
Smug.
He's a staple in my head. Coming from being an online warrior and to then becoming I
believe
a beast.
Wolf Krone was a dominant player at one point. He was an online player.
Yes. Yep.
Infil,
Yep.
I believe. Inthul.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was an online player.
Yeah,
There's a ton of them.
quite a few of online warriors who've stepped off the couch and brought themselves to the local scene and really stepped it up. So.
Yeah, so it'll be great to see the online events, done right.
Right.
Contributing to the Capcom Cup. Street Fighter V. Another bit of news for Street Fighter V is Alex was announced as the first DLC character. Our FGC sleuths have done it again, and discovered that Alex is our first DLC character, and then again confirmed by Capcom later on. There's a bit of an interesting story about that.
Yeah, in the cinematic trailer that they released earlier in the week, there was a frame. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 frames of a boot. And that's it, a boot, that's it. And the FGC sleuths were able to kind of backtrace that to a character, be that Alex, and it was confirmed.
They passed those 2 frames through jiggle physics.
Yep.
And output Alex's face.
Yep. So whoever you guys are out there who found this out, you guys are geniuses and keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, they're going crazy. They're data mining and stuff. They're doing crazy stuff, scraping the beta and doing a whole bunch of craziness. Shout outs to everybody in the fighting game community for being crazy. So Capcom also announced something when they talked about Alex coming out in March. The pricing for the DLC characters. So we know how much characters cost now.
Yes.
DLC characters are going to be $6 a piece, which is not bad.
Not bad at all.
They cost about $10, I think, in Vainglory, which is a game that I play, a MOBA.
Mm-hmm.
And they come out with characters like crazy, and I'm just like, take all my money. So I'm probably going to do the same thing with Street Fighter V.
Absolutely.
But it's nice to see that they're a little less expensive than maybe a MOBA.
Mm-hmm. Along with that, we've got the premium costumes around $4. So if you have a favorite character that's already in the game, throw a couple bucks to Capcom, and now you can get them pimped out in some nice costumes. So.
Yeah, what's crazy in MOBAs, I have to have every costume.
Oh, yes.
In fighting games, I have to have every character, but I never buy the costumes. Unless Capcom comes out with a patch that gives me the costumes,
right.
Then I don't have them.
Which another thing too is all of these characters and all of these costumes up to what we know right now is still achievable through the fight money that you get for just playing the game.
That's right.
So even if you don't want to actually throw your wallet at your computer screen or at your television screen, you can play the game and you can get it for free. So.
Yeah, that's great that they're going to be rewarding players for engaging with their game and playing it, and actively, trying to get better and completing these achievements that they're putting in the game in order to earn fight money, or is it fight money or Zenny? Which one is the real one?
I think fight money is the currency you get in game, and Zenny is the one that you the points that you get by putting money on the game.
Yeah, and they said that if you complete all of the single player content within Street Fighter V within the first month, you're going to earn enough fight money
to get Alex for free.
So
that's awesome. Something to strive for. What they're doing with that, I think it's great. Being able to still progress in terms of, outside of character skill and player knowledge, but in terms of hey, I want to get this character. Let's play a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
grind it out, baby.
Exactly.
And then there was some sad news. Moving on to our next topic, there was some sad news that came out of the FGC this week, and that has to do with our longtime sponsor and supporter of all fighting game events for the past 7 years.
Yep.
7-8 years even. Mad Catz. Mad Catz has fallen on some hard financial times, and it looks like they're going to have to let go of some of their staff. About 37% of their staff is going to be laid off, essentially. Their CEO has stepped down. Somebody on their board of directors, I believe, has stepped down. So the it's it's going to be really interesting to see what they do. With
Right.
after having to do this, how do they focus and spring off of it?
Right.
How do they move forward? Because they are getting rid of like a lot of cash burden by doing this. They're like a lot of their monthly overhead is now gone
Right.
in terms of their staff wages and stuff. I would expect them to probably consolidate some of their business and get rid of some of the stuff that isn't really doing so well for them.
Right.
Maybe like PC peripherals. I don't know. I'm
Right.
just speaking hypothetically. I don't know their business or what sells for them or what doesn't. But the stuff that doesn't sell is probably going to go, and they'll probably focus on stuff. I'm sure that the fighting game peripherals are probably one of their more popular.
Oh, I would imagine so. So.
One of their more popular products. So I don't expect to see anything really happen with that. But
But
I definitely expect to see some changes going on in the future, and I think that it's important that as a community, we reciprocate that support that they've shown us now.
Absolutely. I still have my Mad Catz. I don't even remember what kind it is that I've had for a couple of years now, and it's still just working, doing well, working like brand new. So it's just it's one of those things where Mad Catz has given us great product after product after product, and now in their kind of time of need, us as the community, we owe it to them to kind of support them as they supported us.
Yeah, and I mean not even because they're going through some shit,
but just in
French,
terms of
but,
just them supporting us just in general.
Yeah, and we're having this transition into the new consoles, and some people have had their sticks for the past 8 years, and you don't normally expect that kind of lifespan out of a product,
No.
especially like a gaming accessory that you're pounding on day in and day out.
I mean, quite honestly, any sort of technology, 8 years, 8 years for any piece of technology is like, whoa, that's
Right, so I think that it's like outlived. Most of these sticks have like outlived their expected lifespan, and to punish Mad Catz for making a rock solid product that withstands all the abuse we can throw at it, I think is kind of wrong of us. So if your stick is not the greatest anymore, buy a new one.
I'd agree.
In this new generation of consoles, you're going to have it for another 7 years. If you break it down, I did the math for everybody. It's about $21 a year.
Oh, okay.
For a stick that lasts you 7 years.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. More sad news for Mad Catz, though, is that the PS4 version of Street Fighter V still supports PS3 sticks.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying, like, your stick is going to last you forever. So you can't expect to be able to use the same stick from console to console. The console lifespan is a really long time nowadays. It's been a really long time since you bought your stick. It's time to buy a new one.
Yep.
Get the PS4 one. Save your local TO the headache of having to deal with you not desyncing your PS4 pad and go pick up a
MKX
new
problems.
Stick. Yeah. So with this Street Fighter V PS3 thing, though, there's a little bit of a controversy going on now because we don't know how it works.
Right.
So, it could be good for all those guys that have the PS3 sticks, but it could also be bad. We don't know if Evo's going to support this.
Right.
We don't know like what the authentication method looks like. Is it a pain in the butt to pair your stick?
Right. I mean, we don't even know how good the driver is. We don't know if there's any frame issues behind using a PS3 stick or a PS4 stick. There might be some frame issues there. So.
Right, plugging your stick in might disrupt your opponent's
exactly
stuff, like we saw with some of those converters.
Yeah,
it's like when you use that one converter, it would cause lag for
the
for
classic 18-minute lockout where you can't play for 18 minutes. It's so
craziness.
We can only hope that that driver for the Street Fighter V is rock solid, and if it's not, as you said before, show your support for Mad Catz. Go out there, get that PS4 stick, and help them help us. So
yeah, exactly. Because I don't know about you, but I love seeing Markman at these tournaments.
Absolutely.
I love going up to him and talking to him about arcade sticks. The man is like obsessed with with arcade sticks.
Right.
He'll talk to you for hours about arcade components and joysticks and fancy sneakers. So, what are your thoughts with this kind of swan song of Street Fighter 4 moving into Street Fighter 5? We have less than a week now before Street Fighter 5 comes out. What are you going to be doing this week?
Let's see. As I'm a relatively new fighting game enthusiast, I've been following the scene for a while. I haven't been playing for a while, so my execution is lackluster, to say the least. So about maybe a month and a half ago, I decided that in Street Fighter 5 I'm going to play Cammy. So I thought the best course of action would be to main her in Street Fighter 4 for what's left of it. And so I'm just kind of getting used to how she plays and her execution, her motions, and just kind of getting all things Cammy. So though I know some of that information or tech might not be usable in Street Fighter 5, I think that just getting the general aspect of motions, reading your opponent, and execution, that transfers perfectly to Street Fighter 5.
So you're going to keep cranking on Street Fighter 4?
And until Monday 12 or until Tuesday at 12 o'clock or whenever it drops.
Monday night 11:59. You're
exactly.
going to be playing Street Fighter 4?
Playing Street Fighter 4 and cranking out that execution. So, what about you?
Not me. I am going to be calling every local game store. I've actually had the most success with calling the big stores like Walmart and stuff, Target. Best Buy actually got a Super Street Fighter 4 to break street date at the Best Buy. At the Best Buy by me in Poughkeepsie. Sorry to blow you guys up, but he sold me Street Fighter 4 like 6 years ago before it was released. And I've had a couple. Pretty good luck with the bigger chains more than the mom and pop stores and breaking street dates. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm not going to be playing anything. I'm going to be calling and acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. Yep. Do you have Street Fighter V? Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Unfortunately for me, I have to wait till release date because I'm getting it on PC. So Steam is not known for any of that. So yeah, I guess I'll be waiting, and you'll have couple of days of extra tech ahead of me. So
well, my backup plan is I already have it pre-ordered on PS4 digitally, so if I can't get it by Saturday, I'll just quit and let it automatically download. But I see that a lot of people in California and stuff are getting it tonight. Actually, I've seen a lot of Twitter posts about people playing. Some people in Florida, some people on the East Coast are getting it too. So those servers are active.
Do we know if the online is going? So
yeah, people were talking about matching up with Jabali online and stuff.
Oh wow!
So it looks like the servers are up and they're ready to go.
So if you've got it, hey, play it.
I guess it's like a stress test right now, So let's talk about last week at Shockwave.
Yes.
Last week at Shockwave in Exerd, we had our new king was crowned.
Yes, Bacardi defeated Eric Wong in grand finals, and he is now officially our Exerd champion.
Yeah, and the two people who made it into winners and losers finals were the two people who eliminated me. So I like to think that if I won one more game, I would have been top 3.
There you
go. So then we had Ultra Street Fighter 4, and a dynasty has started.
Yes.
The Free J Dynasty.
The Free J Dynasty.
The man has won 4 Shockwaves in a row. He seems unstoppable.
Right. It's what can we say? He's a powerhouse in Connecticut, and he just knows so much about the game, as we said before, week on.
So much.
So, who can topple him?
Yeah, I think we said it all before, Great player, and hopefully his reign ends with Street Fighter 5.
Yeah. So.
Because I'm taking over. No, I'm sure he's going to be awesome in Street Fighter 5 too. It's going to be really great to see how the whole community shapes out for that game. We're going to have a huge influx of new players coming in, new faces. We might just see some guy that we've never seen before, a 16-year-old kid walk in and become the best Street Fighter 5 player.
Yeah.
He could be the next Tommy Two-Time,
Yeah. So
I thought Tommy Two-Time was 14 years old when I first met him at a tournament. I took him to lunch actually, and I paid for his lunch. No, I'm not kidding.
Oh,
I paid
wow.
for his lunch because I thought he was too young to be able to afford his own lunch.
T3.
Yeah. So hope somebody else could be the next Tommy Two Time. You never know. So last week we also saw Hollywood Mike
Yes.
do the impossible.
He toppled his demon and finally beat Desernay or
I don't know how you say his
Desmere?
name. Rich Dos Santos.
Rich Dos Santos. Yeah, we'll just
Blood drunk.
yeah. But yeah, he has a long history of losing to Rich.
That's right.
In many tournaments.
I don't think he's ever beaten him.
No, he hasn't. And
Oh, really? I didn't know. I was just.
no, he hasn't. And this is the
Wow.
first time where he's beaten him, and
That's
he was
incredible.
pretty excited about it. So excited, excuse me.
Yeah, I know that they've played. I just I never really paid attention to who was winning or losing. I know that they played a bunch of times in like the EX leagues and stuff, the online tournaments that we used to run here in Connecticut. And I know that he was really excited last week when he won.
Oh, yeah.
So I assume that it was momentous and monumental for him. We also saw Kiru take the random select tournament last week.
Yes, he's a fellow New York player, and he's a very, very strong player. And just
Yeah,
in all
he actually
aspects
beat
of
me in the
game.
random select tournament at the monthly.
Yeah, he's
Just convincingly mopped the floor with me.
He's a really, really strong player, and just and of course he mains my favorite character, Cammy. So I'm taking tips from him. But I mean, even his showing in the random select tournament, where he's picking characters that I don't necessarily think he knows how to play well, and he's just showing that his fundamentals as just a player are phenomenal.
Very strong.
So,
Very
I
strong.
believe he actually gave Jamal Freejay a run for his money in the select tournament as well last week, if I remember correctly. But yeah, other than that, he's a great player. So.
Yeah, I hope to see more of him in Street Fighter V as well.
Oh, absolutely. I actually talked to him a couple days ago, and he will be playing Cammy, so we've got a little
That's awesome.
in-character rivalry going on. So.
That's great. So then this week at Shockwave, Exert is running again this week. Because we have Street Fighter V coming up, a lot of people are kind of taking a break this week. So
Yep.
we're going to do Exert as a round robin. Hopefully I can win that. But, we're going to have a strong Exert showing again next week.
Absolutely.
And Ultra Street Fighter 4, we're also going to do our salute. Thank you for all of the fun times and games and set play. So we're going to run Street Fighter 4.
That'll be our
And-
last tournament, our last Street Fighter 4 tournament.
Yeah, I don't know if the champ is here.
Oh.
We're going to have a new champion.
Yeah.
For the final Ultra Street Fighter 4 Shockwave.
I do see Rich. I do see Hollywood Mike, T3.
I'm not entering, so any of those guys has a shot.
So, Charbox here, so we could really, it's anyone's game now. So.
Yeah. That's why I did that. I didn't enter so that those guys could have a shot. I'm nice, right?
Okay. I see what
Yeah.
you did there. I get it. I'm entering too, so we'll see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you're my bold prediction.
No.
You're my bold prediction. I'm not gonna predict you to win. I'm gonna give you 3-2.
3-2.
Yep.
That's tough because I don't think I've ever gotten better than 1 and 2 in any of these tournaments.
You're gonna
so.
do it, dude. This week's your week. That's my bold prediction.
All right.
Don't let me down.
I'm gonna have. I'm just gonna buckle down and do it. And yeah, so let's do this. Thank
Yep.
you.
My backup bold prediction is Tommy Two-Time takes it.
That seems a little bit better than me. My bold prediction, Rich. I think he's gonna take it.
Rich Dos Santos.
Yes.
I know he hasn't been practicing too, so that is kind of a bold prediction. Had he been practiced up, I would say that's not too bold. But
Right.
I know he's told me he's not been playing the game. So
But he's still a good, very,
He's a
very
strong
good player.
player, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we'll see.
yeah, so that does it for the show pretty much. We're gonna get you into Street Fighter 4 matches soon, guys. But first, I want to tell you about what's happening next week.
Yep. Right there, if you can see it, it's a little small. We're holding a Street Fighter V launch day tournament February 16th called First Crush here at Card Carrier Games in Milford, Connecticut. It starts
Sponsored by Gamester Gear and,
Yes.
and Hitbox.
and Hitbox. Thank you to those guys. You guys are awesome.
I think we're zooming in now.
There we are. Gamester gear, thank you. And hitbox, let me see if I can get over there. Nope. All right, there we are. Anyway, but yeah, it starts at 4 p.m. So
Make sure you guys, if you're in the area, Massachusetts, New York, Connecticut, Vermont, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, New Hampshire.
if you were wanting to have a feel of the launch day tournament scene for Street Fighter V, please come through. We will be here live and direct.
Yeah,
And,
we're going to have like people in training mode, fighting tech,
it's going to be
sharing knowledge.
Yeah, it's going to be a launch day experience. And I'm excited because this is my first big launch day for a fighting game. So, I'm looking forward to sitting down with some pros, learning new things, finding out things with people. Obviously, the tournament's going to be going on, but we're going to have a bunch of setups going on. So it's going to be training, matchups, information is going to be going wild. Frame data apps are going to be on and ready. So it's just, if you have the time and if you want to come down and show some support, please come down. First Crush Street Fighter V launch day tournament.
Super
4 p.m.
exciting.
Yes.
And then if you're not in the area, definitely tune in to this channel on launch day, Street Fighter V. We're gonna do the pregame show. Yep. We're gonna do the whole works for that day, and maybe have some breaks to show new tech and stuff. If something
absolutely
crazy happens out there in training mode, we might interrupt some stuff and show you guys some new technology that we found, or we're gonna have a week 1 champion too. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and be sure to follow us on Twitter too, because I believe that during the tournament I'm gonna be tweeting out some stuff like, this, you can do this. So
absolutely.
If you want some secret cami tech, be sure to follow me at Akumatsu TV. And
yeah, I'm gonna be playing footsies on Twitter. I'm gonna take a picture of Vega doing stand medium punch and then post a picture on Twitter.
There you go. So, and if you want to see that information, follow my man Craig at Craig Keller on Twitter. So,
yeah, definitely. I talk about a lot of fighting game community stuff, esports stuff. I'm pretty enthusiastic about the whole esports movement and stuff. So, if you want to hear more about that, read more about that, definitely follow me on Twitter.
Absolutely. The things he links, gold. So please, if you're interested, not only just the fighting game community, but just esports in general. Ranging from fighting games, MOBAs, StarCraft, anything esports, his Twitter has it, so be sure to check him out.
Thanks.
No problem.
Also, be sure to check out our Facebook for new challengers.
Yes.
New Challenger CT on Facebook for more information about stuff like that First Crush tournament. We're going to be doing our first Street Fighter V Shockwave next week.
Yep.
I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with all that money. So, yeah, definitely check us out. That's a wrap, guys. Follow us on Twitter as well, new_challengers.
Yep.
Tune in next week, First Crush. Next week, Shockwave.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook or whatever it is on Facebook.
Whatever you do on Facebook.
New Challengers CT, all one word. So, I guess from here, from Shockwave, we're signing out.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks a lot.
See you guys later, and we'll have some Street Fighter 4 action up next.